Welcome back to Mama's Garage. The last episode you guys just heard, I recorded hours before this one. That was Trent Snow. Now we're here with Timmy Palmore.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, dude? How you doing?
We're not in anyone's garage.
No, we're not.
I want
No.
everybody listening to know that.
Yeah, no, we're in my car, and it's gonna get pretty stuffy in here. You're probably gonna hear us open the door every now and then, for the time being. But we're in Terre Haute. We're at Timmy's apartment, Timmy's mansion.
I wouldn't say that.
Maybe not. But no, we are. I have a very mobile setup in it, and we're making it work in here. And we got our headphones on. We got the microphones working, and he brought water bottles.
I did.
It's complimentary.
I thought we would stay hydrated.
Yeah, and just keep them. I might use water right now, to be honest.
Because my wife's really upset about the 3 cases of water. Because there's a spot in the kitchen for 1 case of water, not 3. We can't stack them. They've been just sitting behind the recliner in the living room because we don't have anywhere else to put them right now.
Well, was there a sale?
Nope.
You're just like, yo, we need 120 of these.
I was trying to get that $35 minimum for a Walmart delivery order.
Yeah.
And I was like, what can I do? So I put 3 cases of water, and I ended up spending $50 anyway. So I could have, I didn't even end up needing the 3 cases of water.
Funny you bring up Walmart because that's exactly where we met.
Yeah.
I narrowed it down on the way here. It was middle of June 2022. It was the first time I ever saw you ever.
Yeah.
And
the people lead brought you into the back.
that's right.
Her name was Karen.
Karen Stallard.
And are we doing full names?
Sure, I'm whatever. No one listens, especially not Karen.
Old Care Bear, as I called
That's
her.
exactly right.
And that's exactly what I called her when she brought you back.
And
you laughed, and I was
laughed.
like, this guy's in.
Yeah,
This guy's in.
It was immediate. There was oh god, it was immediate. I was like, that guy's so fun. This is perfect. Yeah, because I just knew from that. I was like, you have the certain type of humor that I'm looking for, and it put me at ease immediately. It was my first job. Never had a job ever.
Yeah, I don't train people, and you laughed at that, and I was like, I'll train them.
I forgot you did train me. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and I taught you the right way on everything. That's sure.
That's exactly right.
Did not tell you anything you shouldn't have known.
No.
Definitely not.
You absolutely got me in the right direction. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you just took me on a pick walk, and you laid the groundwork, and you told me how to weave through the aisles and whatnot. There's a whole efficiency way of doing stuff. Oh, I'm about to sneeze. It's gonna be big. Hold on.
There's a Yorkie.
I see the Yorkie.
Yeah, that guy's got some tight sweatpants on.
Jesus. Oh God, that needed to happen. Yeah, there's a Yorkie over there. A couple of day walkers. I like day walking.
I walk all day.
I said day walker. I said day walker, and then your mouth went.
Day walkers.
It's already getting stuffy in here, man.
It is.
Yeah, we might open
Crack a window slightly.
Yeah, how about that? We need some sort of ventilation. We're gonna hear. Oh, you can for sure hear the birds chirping.
Yeah, I hear the birds.
That's all right. It'll add to the ambiance. We're inside and outside at the same time. But no, yeah, Walmart. I left there in November of 2023. When did you leave that Walmart?
My last day was Christmas Eve.
So right after me, or this past Christmas Eve?
2023.
Okay,
yeah,
so
Eve.
about a month and a half apart, or about a month apart. Yeah, it was November 28th because I worked June 28th, 2022 to November 28th, 2023. Because I had that on my 2 weeks notice that I printed out and gave to Karen.
Yeah, I worked there at that store for 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
So there wasn't really ever. I'd even go there on my days off because I'd have to shop or whatever.
Yeah, right.
So it was very rare that there was multiple days in a row that I would not enter that Walmart.
Yeah.
And when I left on my last day on Christmas Eve, I did not enter that Walmart again until May of this year.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So yeah, good Lord. I'm trying to equate that because 9 years is a very long time because I compare to schooling because I'm trying to treat that like when I left Paragon Elementary School. I went there 6 years, K through 5, but that's still only 2/3 of 9.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So I've been there most like 330 days a year, basically.
Yeah.
And because you got to count the days even when I'm like just coming in the shop.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
And then I go a whole year, over 400 days. I don't know the exact amount.
Yeah, but we'll call it 16 months. Though.
But the only reason I was there is because I came into town for my best friend who was getting married. And I was the best man.
Oh hell yeah, dude! The last episode's called Best Man. We had a Best Man little chapter in there.
Yeah. So, I was in town for a wedding, and I got to town, like a little early. So like my friend wasn't even home yet. So like I needed to get a haircut, and my haircut appointment was like another hour.
Yeah.
So I went to Walmart, and like I was like, let's see how many people noticed me, dude. It was crazy because there were some people who I'd worked with for years, and they just like walked past me, like they didn't even recognize me, and I was like, all right, shit.
Yeah, because you might be like, dude, it's gonna be fucking crazy when I get there.
I was like, I'm gonna walk in, dude. Fucking fireworks are gonna go off, like, dude, like it's gonna be like CM Punk returning, like everybody's like, oh my god, Timmy's here. It was literally like one manager who spotted me, and they're like, hey,
yeah, you're like,
and then I was like, all right. We got one person.
Yeah, you're like, okay, all right. You said the fireworks, maybe one smoke bomb. That's about the whole show we're all gonna get. Maybe little snakes you light up, the little snake pellets.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I eventually ran into a couple people, and they like recognized me. Some people gave me a hug.
That's nice.
I walked into the back room.
Yeah, of course, because you're like, dude, I was here for a decade.
And Jade was there.
Oh wow.
And then she kind of just let me just wander the back room.
Of course.
Like I said hi to like a bunch of people. One of my friends from like childhood works at that Walmart now.
Oh wow!
Which is so crazy because I hadn't seen him in years. Like I talked to him like occasionally on Facebook,
right?
Like catch up.
Yeah,
I have not seen him.
Life moments get posted and stuff. You're like, oh chick, look at that. Yeah.
Yeah, I literally have not seen him since like freshman, maybe sophomore year of high school.
Whoa.
And like I knew he had started working there after I moved. And I was like, I get there, I look at the board. You remember the board?
Oh yeah, the board.
I look at the board, I see his name, and like I immediately looked at Jade and I was like, where's Will? She's like, who? I was like, what do you mean who? It's your associate. I was like, you're watching me look at the board, and I see the one person on there named Will, and I'm like, where is he? And he was dispensing, so I like walked down to the end of the hallway, and I waited for him to come back in. And he was like, "Oh, what the fuck are you doing here?" I was like, "Yay!"
I was like, "I don't know how you missed me for the whole decade,
Yeah.
the two presidential terms."
Yeah, we missed so much, and we hugged. It was like the first time we'd seen each other, and then I left pretty much after that.
Yeah.
I had to go get my hair cut.
Right. Yeah. What, Great Clips?
No, I went to my barber.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
It was.
I know.
So,
yeah.
So it wasn't my barber, because when I went to make the booking, he was booked up for that day, and I was like, "This is the only possible time I could get a haircut."
Yes, before the
was the day before the wedding, because that's the only time I'm going to be in town. Yeah. And the wedding was at like 10:30 in the morning, which is a ridiculous thing.
What the fuck?
I know. I was like, "What the fuck? What do you mean what?"
Yeah.
He was like, "Yeah, we're having breakfast at Indy's at 7 a.m." I was like, "Why?"
He's like, "You guys are. What the fuck are you talking about?"
The whole thing was like, I left at like 2 p.m. that day to come home. And the whole thing was like, imagine getting married. The wedding's over. It's fucking daylight outside. And you're like, so where do you want to get lunch? Like we still have to get lunch. We still have to get dinner.
Damn, who's gonna go pick up the kids in 3 hours?
Yeah, like are we gonna
from school?
So like, what are we gonna do? Like, you want to watch some Netflix or something? Like, no.
It's supposed to be the end of the night. It's supposed to be nighttime, and you drive. Maybe do the DD home.
You come home. You fornicate.
You're right.
Consummate the marriage,
and
exactly, you go to sleep, and you wake up, and you're like, oh, we're newlyweds. Not you go home and, well, I guess I'll do the dishes.
Yeah, it's like, all right, I guess I'm a husband now.
Yeah, it's like, well, that was a crazy thing we just did this morning.
This morning. Fuck. You take a nap. You know when you take a nap in the middle of the day, it feels like that day was the day before because you slept. Yeah, it's gonna be like that. Just like, well, I guess we're just gonna.
Dude, if I get done with my wedding, I go home, take a nap, and wake up, and it's still daylight outside.
It's still my wedding.
It's still my wedding day. This day is just carrying on.
That is reprehensible. Whose fucking wedding was this?
My best friend's.
Not Will's.
Not Will's. No. My best friend's second wedding. Yeah. The first one was in a courthouse.
Oh shit.
That one was probably later in the day, honestly. there's a good chance that happened after, later part of the day.
You could do 4 weddings in a row if you start at fucking 10:30.
I know. Dude, imagine going to eat your wedding food and it's technically lunch.
And the sun's not all the way up yet.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was at Bradford Woods. I mean, it was a beautiful wedding.
Yeah, Bradford Woods is a good time. Yeah.
I wore a dress. I'll have to send you the picture, and you can. I don't know if you do like some. If you put the podcast on like YouTube.
I put on YouTube. Yeah, but yeah, I don't really. There's not a lot of editing goes in. It's really just audio. But
yeah, I'll let you put the picture up. Maybe you use it in the thumbnail. Or something.
Well, I can probably if I make clips eventually, I'll make clips and I'll put that in there.
Yeah, let me pull up the picture because they wanted to do the first look, and like it was going to be me instead of her. Oh. So we had this planned for like months.
All morning.
And so we made it happen, and
oh my God.
and we made it happen, and we did just.
Oh, that is fantastic. You look good in that thing, dude.
Thank you. So we got like pictures of him like turning around and seeing me and not her.
Yeah.
And then
he was fully expecting to get like
Yeah, he turned around. He kind of had the idea because obviously he had to leave to go get something, and he came back, and then all of the groomsmen were together except for me.
You're like, where the fuck is Timmy at?
And he knows me better than anybody. I'm not just gonna wander off by myself. Especially, like, I'm going to stick with the group.
Right.
I was like, I don't know really anyone else here. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I know his family, but they weren't there yet.
Yeah.
So, he, like, as soon as he got back, and he was like, where's Timmy? And everybody's like, I don't know. And it was like, he suspected something was up.
Yeah.
So I was like, he's going to know. And, like, I was even warning the girls, because I was, like, in their area when we were putting on the dress, and I warned the girls. I was like, are we gonna tell him like give him like a fake story of like why I'm not there? And they're like, he'll be fine. I was like, he's gonna
be suspicious.
I was like, me and him have been best friends since 2nd grade. I was like, we know each other. He's gonna suspect it, and I'm suspecting him suspecting it.
Yeah.
And I was right. But
he still wasn't prepared for it.
He still wasn't prepared for it. No.
Yeah. No.
No. Me and
That's
the dress.
fun. That's good shit.
Yeah. Me and the dress was not like you can envision it, but until you turn around, you're like, holy shit.
Right. Oh, God. A turn in the dress, really.
Yeah. It was fucking hard to put on because the girl, it was the maid of honor's wedding dress from when she got married.
Oh, whoa.
And she's like significantly shorter than me. Most women are significantly shorter than me.
Yeah. Well, you're at 6'3"?
6'2".
6'2". Okay. We're about the same height then, yeah.
So she was like, I don't know, like 5'5". And I'm trying to put this thing on.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Your fucking balls were hanging at the bottom.
Yeah, just hanging, dude. Just dragging with the dress, dude.
Yeah, like, you ever seen like the barn weddings where it's like the bottom of the dress is all fucked up?
Yeah,
They did like an OxyClean commercial about that.
Yeah, you just see my balls just out the
back. like a fucking bad grandpa and jackass.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awful. That's fun though. What a good fun time, because like I feel like weddings sometimes it can be, at least in my experience, before I was in the one that I was in last year, it just looked very boring. But that's because I was a child. I didn't know, like, I couldn't drink. I'm like, give me Capri Sun on the rocks, none of that. But then now I'm just like, ooh, it's a social setting, or it's like, or I could meet another single lady there on the dance floor.
There you go.
When I get on the dance floor, I unwind.
Yeah.
It's like it takes over my body.
I can't dance. But
not me either.
But when they started playing Wobble Baby, dude,
you're like,
if there's any dance that white people can do, it's that.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
oh hell yeah, that's in my head right now already. Oh yeah. Wow,
it was a bop. The DJ. I don't know how much my friend paid him. They shouldn't have paid him anything, because he shows up and he's like, they got like a song list, and he's like, gives them back like songs that he can't do. And they're like, why? He's like, because I use Pandora. I was like, what?
The fuck?
I was like, who pays for Pandora?
You're also a DJ.
You're also a DJ. I was like, you can just have my phone.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, what is this payment going towards? Obviously not like an Apple Music or Spotify subscription. So
or
like,
just use YouTube or something.
yeah, anything.
Yeah,
dude.
you get a VPN, turn ads off or something. Like there's ways around that.
Because I was trying to get the song set up for like when the groomsmen made their entrance after the ceremony, and like he's like looking through the songs and he's like, which one is it? I was like, none of those are right because you're on Pandora.
Yeah. That's not even like in the zeitgeist where it's like, yo, we just released this new song, Spotify, Apple Music, they might even say SoundCloud before they say fucking Pandora.
Yeah.
I don't even know exactly what that even is, to be honest with you. It just sounds like...
Listen, I used Pandora in like middle school on my iPod Touch before there was music subscriptions.
Yes.
It's basically like you put in a genre and it kind of gives you like music of that genre.
Okay.
I think now if you pay for it, you can select songs that you want. But like I used to use that all the time to like find like new songs.
Right. Yeah. It sounds like a good way to discover stuff.
Yeah.
Not exactly to DJ a wedding.
No, you definitely would not DJ a wedding.
You wouldn't DJ anything. You wouldn't DJ a funeral with that.
Dude, I wouldn't even listen to Pandora in the shower today.
No.
I'm like, this is, as soon as one song comes on that I don't like, I'm like, this is horrible. What?
Now you're wasting shower. The hot water's going out for no fucking reason.
Yeah, now I got to change the song, soap in my eye.
Fuck all that.
Yeah.
My thoughts are more intriguing than Pandora. Turn the music off.
Yeah. You know how we got to this conversation?
The wedding?
The barber. I'm talking about my barber.
How did we get to about your barber though?
Because we were talking about me needing a haircut, and it was like,
for the wedding.
Yeah, the wedding. But like, so my barber was booked.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't get to finish this part because it was super awkward.
Go ahead.
So my barber was booked, so I booked this other guy who cuts hair at the same place, and it was a new guy that I didn't even know of. So he had to have come in after I moved out of town. So I just went with him. I was like, I got to do something. I'm not going to fucking Great Clips.
Do you remember his name? Was it Bo?
Was it Bo?
I don't know. I mean, because I know a guy named Bo Frederick who works at the bar that I hosted a comedy show at last night, and I used to work with him. His name's Bo Frederick. He went to cosmetology school. He's barber. Did he do you right?
I don't think it was Bo.
Oh, probably not Bo.
Do you know anybody who works at the Cave in Martinsville?
I remember whenever they opened, you were the guy that they.
I was like one of the first people to get a haircut in the new spot.
All I knew about that place was that it had like the actual barbershop spiral thing outside. I was like, oh, this place probably is legit. But I give myself haircuts. I don't have a barber.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I forgot about that.
Yeah. I've started. You were probably the first friend I made right after I got my buzz cut. Swear to God, because I got my buzz cut right before I got the job. I was 16, doing buzzes.
Yeah, you used to do buzz cuts all the time. Your hair would just get long, and then the next day you came in bald.
Big time, yeah.
Yeah, everybody's like, oh, and then like the next day we're like, oh. We're like used to it.
Yeah, I just put a hat on. Yeah. It's just so easy. My hair gets all greasy and shit. But yeah, keep it after your barber story.
So I forget the guy's name, but it was not the normal guy I went to. I went to the same guy every time. So I show up, and my barber's there. But obviously he has an appointment, so then he sees me, and like he hasn't seen me in like over a year because I haven't gotten a haircut since before I moved. So then I go sit with the other guy who's cutting my hair, and he walks over, and he's like looking at me. I'm like, I had to ask him. I was like, what did you used to do? So my barber had to tell this other guy like exactly how he used to cut my hair, and he remembered it too. And I was like, I just feel awkward in this situation because I was like,
you cucked your barber, bro.
I cucked my barber. Yeah. I was like, I didn't want to be a dick and be like, yeah, I would have chose you 100 times. Like you were booked.
Yeah.
But I just settled with this guy. And I was like, I needed a haircut. And interestingly enough, the day prior, my best friend got his haircut by the same barber.
Huh.
And he was like telling him, he told him afterwards, he was like, yeah, this is for my wedding Saturday. And the guy was like,
don't fuck it up.
Yeah. So like after this haircut, after I got my haircut, I was like, yeah, I'm the best man in the wedding tomorrow. And he's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. He's like, I'm fucking sponsoring this. Jesus.
He's cutting everybody's hair for the wedding.
Hell yeah, dude.
So,
That's funny. Yeah, you had to cuck your old guy. It's like he did everything but cut your hair, basically, right?
yeah.
He instructed the other guy.
He like walked over and he's just standing there with us. And I was like, oh, he's pissed.
Yeah.
I was like, I haven't shown up, said anything for over a year. And then I just show up randomly and I'm getting my hair cut by a different guy who wasn't even here when I was
there. Might have been some beef there, huh?
I don't think there was.
I don't know what it's like to have a barber relationship at all. Because I've been getting haircuts from home for over 10 years. And then now for the past 3, I've been just cutting my own.
I mean, I like the atmosphere.
I bet,
They got, because it's just like a bunch of dudes in there being guys.
Yeah, and that's...
like TVs everywhere with sports on.
Right.
Like every ESPN 1 through 8, the Ocho. And it's just a good time. Like, while I was getting my hair cut, the dude stopped, and he turned me to like the back door that was open, and he was like, check it out, it's Frank. And it was a squirrel right there at the front door. And I was like this is Frank? And like this other bar was like, yeah, dude, that's Frank, he's the truth. And they're like we set out nuts for him all the time. Sometimes he gets a little picky and he wants you to like give him the nut. Like he won't just take it off the ground. He'll just stand there until you walk up and hand him one.
It's like little squirrel arms open, just be like,
and he's just like, yeah, give me the nut. But it was like the funniest. He's like, yeah, that's Frank, man. He's the truth.
Shame on them for showing you he was a squirrel first.
Yeah.
They should have been like, yeah, that's Frank. Yeah, we give him nuts. You're like cashews, and then you're like, oh my God, it's a squirrel.
Yeah, it's a squirrel.
They should have. Yeah, they really, damn, they revealed it too quick. They could have really. It
was like halfway through the haircut. He just stops, turns my chair, and he's like, "Look, it's Frank.
Like, take a look."
That's
Frank. Get a good look at this guy.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's pretty funny. That's a good. Yeah, I guess I am missing out on barbers, but because I like take pride in like cutting my own beard and stuff, and I have like the same Walmart trimmer I've had for the past like I don't know 2 years. Just whenever I need to, I just like cut the shit off.
I usually do the beard myself. Yeah. They charge a little bit extra for that. Yeah. I was like, I could do that.
Yeah, right.
The hair.
And I'm really picky about it too. I don't want someone to fuck my shit. I just like doing it too.
Yeah.
It's just like
the hair I can't do because I've got very particular curly hair.
No kidding, yeah.
And you can't like if I was to buzz it, yeah, I'll do that. But I need to keep some of it.
Right. Yeah, because you got floof that people are envious of.
Yeah.
Including myself. Because the reason why I cut my hair off is it was just straight, boring, greasy, and I never knew what to do with it. I was like, I don't need it.
Yeah.
Just get fucking rid of it.
I wish I could get rid of it. My wife won't let me. I asked earlier, I was like, can I get a mullet? She said no.
She said, well, you can't just get one. You have to farm that, dude.
Yeah. And then I said, well, hear me out. Justin Timberlake, 2001. And that was when he shaved his head.
Oh, wow.
And then I sent her a picture of him, and she's like, no. And I was like, you're just a hater.
You're just a fucking hater.
I was like, let me have a mullet or I'm shaving my head.
Fuck. That sucks. I almost said, that sucks to have a wife.
It sucks to have a wife.
Yeah. Well, when I met you, did you even know Elena?
Nope.
Yeah, because, is Sam the one?
Sam did, because she is friends with her kids.
Sam, like our old coworker Sam.
Yeah, her kids are friends with my wife.
You said
I may have.
You said Sam was friends with hers.
No, like I meant like my wife was friends with Sam's kids.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I understand.
So it was we met because me and Sam went to the gym.
Mm-hmm. Was it reps?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we used to do the thing where I'd be like listening to music or whatever, working out. And Sam would come up recording me saying, what are you listening to? You remember that TikTok trend?
Yeah.
So we do that, and I was like, I told her, I was like, 9 times out of 10, if you ask me, it's not going to be like a workout song.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be like NSYNC or something.
Right.
Like something.
Or like 1,000 Miles, Vanessa Carlton.
Like something like crazy. Because I was like, workout songs I listen to when I'm like pissed off, and I'm like, but like most of the time, I'm listening to like happy music.
Yeah, you want to be in a good mood to live.
Yeah, because I'm like, lifting's fun.
Uh-huh.
Like it doesn't have to be like an angry thing.
Right.
So like I'll be
you need a serenity song.
So she comes up, I'm listening to Cher.
Okay. Fuck yeah, dude.
And so Sam posted that on her Snap story, and my now wife responded saying something. I think she said something like, it's like he's speaking to my soul or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So Sam like messaged me, he's like, hey, this girl.
Ah.
So I like Facebooked her, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I was like, for sure. So like I added her, and I was like, I didn't message her or anything, but I think one of us had a Facebook post, and then I commented, or she commented, one of the two, and then after like a positive little exchange in the comments, I messaged her, and I was like, what's your Snapchat?
Let's cross platforms real quick.
I was like, let's skip it.
That is the I want to go back to my place of social media.
Yeah,
It's more of a private place over there.
It was like some stupid thing about Taco Bell, like in the comments,
Right.
and I was like, all right, what's your
You're like,
Snapchat?
you win me over.
I was like, you like Gordita Crunches? What's your Snapchat?
Beefy nacho loaded griller. Okay. Supreme. All right. Okay.
Look at that Snapchat.
Yeah, you get that snap. So then the rest did you just propose on Snapchat, or like how else did it work?
Yeah, next day we were married.
Yeah, sick. All right. I got our Snapchat that morning. In the afternoon, we got married, and
No, we got married in the morning. Remember?
that's right. I was trying to riff, and I fucked it up.
Yeah.
God damn it. We're gonna start over. Start over. Fuck it.
Afternoon's too late.
Yeah, no. Oh, if I'm not going to a wedding in the afternoon, fuck all that. Let's see. We're cruising, dude. We're good.
26 minutes. How much battery life you got left?
We're doing just fine.
All right.
Yeah. If we go hour, some change, I'll be totally happy. But if we can stretch, we'll do whatever we're comfortable with. It's fine. I just want to make sure, because I did an episode once where my buddy Joey, he came over, and it was like the 5th episode, I think, and we did 37 minutes because he went to go watch the Pacer game at someone else's house. And I was like,
Lame.
all right. Peace. Good episode though. I think I get the most compliments about that episode because people are just like, "Yeah, dude, this is a good episode." Because
was the shortest?
it was 37 minutes. The longest one was 2 hours 46 minutes.
What do you talk about for 2 hours and 46 minutes?
Quentin went on for a long time.
Me and my wife have not even talked for 2 hours and 46 minutes in the entire time we've known each other.
We had one piss break and we talked for like 20 minutes between that. I was like, "Hey, let's save all this for the pod. Let's go finish that up in there."
You guys should have talked during the piss break.
We should. Yeah, we should. I should.
You just hear the streams while you guys are like, so anyway.
Yeah, just crossing. It's like, oh, you have a good hang today. It's like, I appreciate that.
Look over like, hey, nice watch.
The watches around his dick.
Hey, you mind helping me with this? My doctor said I'm not allowed to lift anything over 20 pounds. Oh, boy.
Oh, yes. So we used to do this on the clock all the time. And then Sarah would be like, "Boys, get back." We're like, "Sarah, respectively, go back to GameStop and fuck off."
You...
Go ahead.
No, you say first.
All right, fine. You said Jade earlier. She said whenever you went back after the first, and I have a little story about her. I just left from where the story starts at Rolls-Holman at one of the frat houses my buddy Trent resides in. I was sober Sam back then all the time. But I think we got like this place called Chava's. It's like this like burrito joint like down there by the square in Terre Haute. And you know my stomach was all fucked up. And the next morning I had to go to work. And I was like, I woke up, wedding time, early as fuck, had to get there. And I was like, my stomach was fucking me up. I was like, I gotta work. So then I got a big bottle of Pepto-Bismol. And I had to have been 17 at the time.
Yeah.
It was probably like during the fall or something. And you know how medicine bottles, they always have like that small like little shot glass on the top?
Yeah.
I threw that shit away.
It's not a shot glass.
It's used the same way.
You
throw it back, don't you?
I mean, I
measuring
guess,
cup. It's a measuring cup. Looks like a shot glass, right?
This is why people have addictions.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh shit! It comes with a shot glass.
Yeah, right. So yeah, but I call it shot glass for shits and giggles, but what it is a medical device you use. It's very simple. You just measure. You're supposed to take it by those, that's the serving size.
Yeah.
I was like, this is in the way of the cap, so I just got rid of it.
This is stopping me from getting my Pepto.
Yeah, and so I chugged it. I ate it. I drank a lot of it, and I also really fuck with the taste of it, like a lot, because it's like minty. But
it turned your shit black, didn't it?
It's exactly what happened. But what Jade said to me pissed me off. She was like, "If you keep drinking that, it's gonna turn your tongue all black." And I was like, "Piss off, Jade. Fuck off." Like I might have said those words to her, and then I totally forgot. And then I went to go to my mama's house like the next day, and I looked back. and I was like, I had recently watched a video of someone of like, it was like an ad for like dog food, and it was like, look all like these different dog turds. It's like, all right, if it's super soft, they're not good. If it's diarrhea, if it's super hard and black, that means there's blood in the stool, and you got to take care of that. So lo and behold, I look back and my fucking shit's black. I was like, oh my god,
Jade was right.
But I was like, no, I thought I didn't even think about her at first. I was like, something I've done has ruptured. Maybe my appendix burst. I don't know. But then I was like, it was almost like a literal, like a moment where I was staring at the shitter, and then like a little cloud bubble came out of my brain, and that exact instance was like, echoey, the dialogue was like, oh, it's gonna turn your tongue black. And I was like, oh, she's stupid. It turned my shit black, but it
dumb bitch.
Yeah, right. Cause she was cool like that. She would just let you call, you just say whatever,
Yeah.
and especially if you're just able to chill, because she was just like, I might have called her a dumb bitch that day.
She coached me once.
Oh, what happened? T-ball? What happened?
I told her no.
Oh.
All right, so I get done with like a pick walk or something. I walk in the back, and everybody's just like standing around talking or whatever.
Uh-huh.
That's fine. I'm not gonna. It's like if that's what people want to do, and not try to help Walmart exceed record-breaking profits, then so be it. But it pissed me off because as soon as I walk back there, Jade like ignores everybody else and looks at me and says, "Hey, do the frozen claims." And I said, "No."
Nope.
No.
Not happening.
And she said, "Why?" I was like, "Cause it's not my job." And I was like, "I don't know how to do frozen claims." And I was like, "And there's still picks."
Yeah.
So she's like arguing with me, and like, she's like, "So you're not gonna do it?" I was like, "No." Mm-hmm. And I went and grabbed another cart, and I went on a pick walk. And then like that was like in the morning, like it had to have been before 9 because the 9 o'clock people weren't there yet. And then later that day it was like 1:30. I get in the back, and this was smart because if they would have done it earlier, I would have just left for the day.
Oh, because you leave at 2 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like 1:30, I get back there, and Sarah's like, "Come with me." I was like, "Am I getting coached?" And she was like, "Just come with me." I was like, "I'm really getting coached." Yeah. I was like, I've made this joke 100 times, and they always say no. And this time she just said, "Come with me." And I was like, "I'm really getting coached." Yeah. And I walked, and like we went back to the office. I walk in there, and Jade's in there, and I was like, "I'm really getting fucking coached." And I have a screenshot somewhere on my phone of like the coaching she wrote. I'm not gonna try to find it.
Yeah,
it's impossible to find.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
But she's like,
you can give me the cliff notes.
She's like, I asked Timmy to do frozen claims, and he told me no, and said it wasn't his job. And the thing is, at Walmart, we all help each other or whatever. And like goes on this thing, and like even mentions that after I said no, I went and did a pick walk. And I was like, "You stupid bitch." I was like, "You just admitted that I went back to doing like the job that we're supposed to do."
Right.
After you asked me to do a job that's like not anything that we should really be doing.
I forget what claims even are. It's just like when people like say they can't find frozen shit, and you're like
no, claims are like the busted shit.
Oh.
So she wanted me to go in the freezer and like get on the handheld. You do something, and like
bunch of
mark
nonsense.
and like just mark all this stuff that's in there like as like bad, so that the store gets like credit for it. And like I used to have to do it when I was an unloader.
Yeah.
But the whole system is like completely changed.
Right. And yeah, because you see a whole new. It's like you were there during like the Stone Age, and then all of a sudden they bring
like,
this online bullshit, and you're like
we didn't even deal with like the grocery stuff.
Yeah.
Like we would just like if something was broken, we'd have to get this little tag and just put it on there, and then take it down to like the claims whole area in the back room or in the back hallway.
Yeah.
So like. As for like the frozen stuff, I was like, I don't even know how to do that.
And plus, it's like, burr, dude. I want to go in there.
Yeah,
cold as hell.
I was like, I thought it was like, I thought she was fucking with me.
Yeah, and so obviously you were like, fun to work with, so you're just like, no. How about you ask anyone else who's also fucking off right now?
Yeah,
that's probably why you said no. You're like, no, that's first of all not my job.
That was part of it, and the second part of it was like, I'm not gonna do frozen claims. I was like, there's still stuff to do. I was like, every day we have to like page the rest of the store to come over and help us pick because we can't keep up. And I was like, and you're just gonna stop me from picking? And guess what we did that day? We paged the store over to help pick.
Jesus Christ.
And guess what I couldn't do from 1:30 to 2 o'clock? Pick. Because I was in the office. being told that I was a piece of shit.
God damn.
I talked to like 2 other coaches after that, and they were like, she shouldn't have coached you for that. I was like, thank you.
Yeah. Do you remember who you talked to? Was it like Christina or like?
I talked to Donna.
Oh, Donna's great. I like Donna.
And then I talked to Brandy. She was the old coach.
Yeah, Brandy. Yeah, Brandy did my interview.
So you were there when Brandy was still the.
Yeah, she's like like kind of bulldog face.
No, Brandy. Like, there was a second Brandy.
Okay.
Brandy with an I.
Brandy with an I was the one.
She was the manager. She was the coach over us before Christina.
Okay, so I probably didn't know who this first Brandy.
I knew Brandy from like outside of work. And I saw her one day shopping, and I told her about the whole thing, and she was like, "Why would you get coached for that?"
Yeah.
They're like, "Why is she even asking you to do frozen clams?" I was like, "That's what I'm saying."
Yeah. I'm really getting fucking clam.
But
I'm really getting fucking coached right now.
I was like, she was just pissy pants.
That sucks.
But that was like the first time I've been coached in like since I started working. I got coached 2 weeks in after I started working at Walmart.
Tough.
They told me I was the worst unloader ever. I didn't listen. I was slow. So I was like, Jesus, it was ripping into me. I was like,
Kroger then.
I was
Fuck
like,
you guys.
I was like, I know why you're coaching me. It's not because of any of this. It's because our team lead at that time used to tell us to pick up the slack.
Pick up the slack.
So we're unloading the truck.
He was Benson from regular show. Yeah.
Yeah, like pick up the slack. Mm-hmm. So we're unloading the truck one day. And he's helping, and like his stuff just keeps getting to the back of the line, like he's missing it. Mm-hmm. I was like, "Hey man, you got some stuff back here?" He's like, "Where?" I was like, "At the end of the line, next to the slack. Why don't you pick that up too?" Dude, he walked away, so mad. Comes back. He comes back like 3 minutes later, and he's just like, "You're needed in the office." I was like, "All right."
You're like,
and then I walk in there.
It means I crushed, bro.
Yeah, yeah. And I walk in there, and like the coach that like coached me, he was best friends with that team lead. Like they were best friends outside of work. And he was like, so he's like going over the coaching with me. He's like, so you're the worst unloader that we've ever had here. And he's like, you don't listen to direction. And he's like, you like all this stuff. And I was like,
that might be the funniest guy I've ever met though. Because
I was like, that shit bang, didn't it? I was like, that joke got him bent out of shape. Yeah, I was like, awesome. it was so butthurt that he had to go back there and just quickly write up a thing. He's like, he's terrible, worst ever, fire him.
Yeah, you fucking use his words against him too. And that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, I got that coaching removed immediately.
Oh my god!
I was like, I guarantee none of that is right. And then I talked to a different manager, and they ended up removing that coaching. So it didn't even like,
dude. Yeah, you got that shit appealed.
Yeah, and then me and that team lead ended up becoming friends. He was telling me about all these stories about how he used to do coke and end up behind a Waffle House dumpster. And I'm like, dude, was there slack back there? I remember
episode's called "Pick Up the Slack." That's it.
That's the episode.
Yeah, pick up the slack.
There was this woman that used to work at Walmart years back, way before your time, and she was a cougar. She was like 50, and she prowled on the young ones.
Okay, so it wasn't like like a sought out cougar. It's like that would be nice if we could it was like theoretical.
She'd go to reps.
Oh,
and
wow.
like start perusing.
Damn.
Right.
Where was I at? Probably like 11 or something.
Yeah, you're probably 11. A little bit too young for her.
Maybe.
But now you're in her wheelhouse.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
She probably might be 60 now.
Yeah, she might still be cooking. I don't know.
You know what? Who knows?
I would have done it. I would have done it if I had the chance.
Yeah.
I didn't, but
yeah, I don't even have a girlfriend now, so I mean, I'm on for business.
Where's she at?
Yeah, I'm like, yo, she gonna make me cookies, and then I'll eat her cookies. Yeah.
She dated this dude in electronics who was like 20 at the time, and they dated for like years. Whoa. Like, he moved in with her.
Whoa.
Like sugar mama action.
Damn.
And then I remember like they dated for years, and I ran into him at reps one day, and I was like, he told me that they like split. He's like, she caught me cheating. I was like, is she just too old now or something? Is that what it was? And he was like, kinda. I was like, yeah.
God, dude.
And I was like, you can't. 20-year-old can't marry a 50-year-old.
No, of course.
I was like, her kids are older than you.
Yeah.
I know her kids.
Yeah. That's fucked. Imagine. Oh my god. Imagine. Oh, that would fuck me up. Because when my parents split up, I was so worried my dad was gonna if my dad and I were gonna have the same girl on our track record, and I was like, no, not good,
not good. But I remember me and her, a couple other people, we had to go to Walmart in Canby to help out, and I'm like sitting in the car with her. This is when she's dating that 20-year-old.
Yeah.
And like she's just telling me stories or whatever, and she was like, "You remember Josh, that my first team lead that coached me over the pick up the slack?"
Yeah.
She was like, "Yeah, we banged." I was like,
What
"What?
the fuck?
I looked him up on Twitter and I messaged him and I was like, "You bang Brenda?" And he's like,
Brenda's such a cougar name. Oh my God.
I was like, "You bang Brenda?" And his response was literally, "Yeah, LOL." I was like, "Hell yeah, dude."
Or it was a bit he did.
Yeah.
He did a bit.
We were like, at that time, me and him were like the same age, so we were both like 22 maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was one of them.
That's
I
hilarious.
always kind of suspected it too, because I'd see them like always just chatting. I was like, dude, he wants it. He wants it. I was like, I don't know if he's getting it, but I was like, he wants it. And then she admitted, we were sitting there at McDonald's on like our lunch break, and she's just telling me about it, and she was like, "Yeah, we banged." I was like, wow.
You're like, wow.
Wow.
Who's next?
Who's next?
Yeah.
No, she was dating that guy.
Damn.
Yeah.
Shit. Well, he cheated first, so.
Yeah. Imagine just locking down a 50-year-old woman.
My mom's that age, so no. I'm not gonna imagine that.
I'm not. Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm imagining it.
I work with plenty of people that age though, and I have 2 work wives now. Shout out Christina and Heather.
There you go.
Yeah, dude. They're both in their 40s, but they have.
Did you ever have a work wife named Nikki?
I'm gonna let you take this one, Timmy.
No.
I almost brought her up earlier when you said cougar, but I was like, you know what? I know Nikki very well, and I know all of her children too.
Yeah.
And
Speaking of her children, who I can't picture. Like I saw a picture of him the other day. Who does Jake look like?
Jake looks like I don't know. Who do you think Jake looks like?
I don't know, but I saw a picture of him. Like, because when I'm on Snapchat and I scroll through people's stories, it eventually gives me just like suggested friends.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm viewing like people's stories. Like half the time I don't even know these people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why am I here? Who is this person? I was like, when did I add you? I was like, I didn't add you. But he was one of them, and I was like, I know him.
And you knew him from he was a kid, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So like I saw.
You're Haley's age.
I'm like 2 years older than
Okay,
Haley,
but Haley's always hanging out with older people. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Heltons, by the way, for those who care.
But I saw like Jake. He's got like the facial hair going on.
Yeah.
And I was like, he looks like somebody.
He looks a little bit like Roy Scovel. Do you know he's a comedian?
No.
Okay, let me pick a picture of Roy Scovel real quick.
Yeah.
He's actually coming to Bloomington in a few weeks.
I saw him and I was like, he looks like someone.
Like Roy Scovel with glasses.
With glasses. He was out there. He's out there doing construction stuff.
Maybe we're from like 2017. Like here's like this. Like that's a good.
Kinda.
Yeah. So, but I guess not the guy. But you think. You're saying he reminds you of someone.
He reminds me of someone.
You just can't pinpoint it.
Yeah.
I understand. Well, he has like like that blonde, that blonde kind of ginger kind of look, like almost like your beard, but like you don't have you have a better head shape than I think he does. His is more like
round.
Yeah. But it's like a genuinely like approachable round. I don't know. There's nothing bad, but
I almost wanted to say you remind me of Joey Molinaro.
I don't think I know who that is.
Yeah, you do.
All right, I guess I know who that is.
This guy. Remember?
Joey Molinaro?
Is that his name?
Dude, you brought him up. I don't know.
That dude. I showed you the video where they were like, they were always pointing at each other like, this guy, how we doing?
I forgot about that.
Oh my gosh.
We did that every morning, didn't we?
We did that all the time. Every time we saw each other.
Yeah,
we're like, this guy.
It lost its meaning after a while because I just became a thing you and I did.
Yeah. If autocorrect wouldn't.
This guy, how we doing?
This guy.
Oh, you know what?
What? Put a beard on him? I think that's it.
That's Jake, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Yeah, wow. He nailed it. Yeah.
Now if I ever see Jake Elton in public, I'm just going to be like, this guy, how we doing?
He'd be like,
who are you?
Yeah, who the fuck, what? It's fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Damn. Well, I went a whole year without seeing you. All of 2024, we never crossed paths.
Yeah, I've been here.
Yeah. What else happened?
I got married.
Yeah. You have a new daughter as well.
I have a new daughter.
And you have your son.
I have my son. Been Me and him play video games together.
Is he better than you yet?
No. No. Stop it. Stop it. We've been
we're good.
We've been playing
Checking the battery life. We're good.
We've been playing Fortnite lately.
Okay.
We got
start them young.
We get into a lot of bot lobbies.
Mm-hmm.
Not really like real people.
Okay.
He's a little struggling. So like I'll like sit there and be like his guardian angel.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see like a couple bots just doing stupid shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, shoot him.
Yeah.
And I'm like standing back just watching. I'm like, no threat. Like, like these guys are no threat to me. And he's like sitting there and he wants to use the sniper all the time.
Okay.
Point blank.
Right.
He doesn't want to try to do it from a distance. He was like, let me pull out my sniper. And the guy's like 2 feet in front of him. I'm like, all right, buddy, you got it. And then, but I got the Sabrina Carpenter skin.
Oh,
Big fan of Sabrina Carpenter.
Sabrina Carpenter. I should get her on the podcast.
You should.
Yeah.
And
she could probably fit into that wedding dress.
And I will be on that podcast with you. Doing whatever you need me to do.
Please. Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
But I'm like using the Sabrina Carpenter skin, so we're at like the pregame lobby, and he can see me and the girl, and my son's like yelling at mom. He's like, "Hey, mom, daddy's a girl," and then he pauses, and he's like, "Daddy's a really beautiful girl."
What a sweet kid. That's hilarious.
I was like, "That's it. He gets it." I was
You know
like,
what
I
that
was
is?
like,
That is horny thoughts before the horny's there.
yeah, I was like, wait till he sees an actual picture of her and not the Fortnite version of her. I was like, that's it. That shit's gonna blow his mind, dude.
Oh god, I heard Stavros Halkias and Maddie Smith on Stavros' podcast talk about like whenever you're a little kid, like a young boy, like 8 or 9, and you have like a crush on like a teacher, where it's like there's no sexual intentions involved at all because you don't get boners yet, or at least the ones you're not aware of.
Like you're thinking about like genuine, like I'm gonna marry her.
Yeah,
and take care of her for life.
I want to buy her flowers. You know,
Yeah.
I want to like fold her laundry. I like want to paint her toenails if she wants, whatever color she wants. Yeah,
Yeah.
we do everything.
Yeah.
And then, so that's what your son went through. He's like, your daddy's a bodaciously beautiful, gorgeous girl. Wow.
Yeah.
Wait turns on the Boy Meets World spinoff, Girl Meets World. That's my introduction to Sabrina Carpenter.
See, my thing was just Boy Meets World. That was my show.
Right.
Topanga.
Oh my God.
Topanga.
What a sexy ass name. That's a cougar name. You kidding me?
Dude, I would have
Walk in the room with Brenda and Topanga. What are you doing?
Topanga.
Okay, I don't even know who Brenda is, and I agree with you.
No, 10 times out of 10, I'm doing
Topanga. Yeah, you're gonna bang Topanga.
Topanga was like my first crush.
That's crazy.
Well, one of my first crushes. There was 3. So Topanga.
Yeah.
Lita from WWE. You remember her?
Oh,
the red hair.
Okay, yeah.
Because she always came out with the Hardy Boys, and I thought the Hardy Boys were like dope.
Yeah,
I'm like 6 years old at this time.
Yeah, you're the prime age. Yeah.
Yeah,
We gotta talk about wrestling. Oh my God.
I was like, Hardy Boys, dope. Lita, showing ass. I don't even know if I'm supposed to look at that. Yes.
Yes, you're like, I don't know if I'm allowed to look, but I'm gonna soak up all these moments as I possibly can.
Yeah. You know who number 3 was?
Who?
Veronica Vaughn.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude. You know what? Me too.
I don't know why I was watching Billy Madison when I was.
Want to touch the hiney. Oh. That's a clip. That's a clip.
Dude, I don't know why I was watching Billy Madison when I was like 6 years old.
Yeah.
I don't understand any of the jokes while I'm watching it. I just know I was like, her.
Yeah,
She should be my wife. I'm going to take care of her.
She might be the parent function for my taste of women to this day, I think.
Here's the thing, though. I've seen pictures of her outside of Billy Madison. Don't care for her.
It's the context. Because it's the forbidden,
like,
because she's a teacher.
She just looks different for some reason.
Huh.
I don't know. Like, is it me and I just don't see her the same way?
I don't know.
But
I haven't done that either. Because also, I was watching the movie 20 years after it came out, so it was. I was like, probably. I got started on that shit early, so like maybe 2013. I was like 8.
That movie came out in the 90s.
95, yeah. Happy Gilmore,
Was
Billy
it
Madison,
95?
same year, I think.
So I would have been 1 when it came out. I know
Right.
I watched it like 2000, 2001. I remember it being on.
Yes.
And that same time,
It's
like
in the
someone,
zeitgeist forever.
yeah, and like seeing it, not understanding any of the jokes, and not understanding anything about the movie.
Hey, what day is it?
October.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Norm Macdonald.
Oh, great.
Oh my
guy.
God.
Billy Madison is my favorite Adam Sandler movie. Number 2 is Happy Gilmore. Number 3, most people are going to disagree with this, Little Nicky.
Really, I couldn't get into Love Nikki. I think I watched it when I was sick once, and I was like, I don't want to ruin this right now. There's a lot of goated Adam Sandler movies. Here are my first 3 crushes.
Okay.
Because one of mine is for sure a wrestler.
Okay.
So you talked about CM Punk earlier. No, sorry. No.
Okay.
No, AJ Lee?
AJ Lee?
AJ Lee, yeah.
Okay.
So for a little bit, I had the subscription to like the WWE magazine for a while, and she was on the front cover for one of them. And I used to, every month they'd come in the mail, and I would just collect them. And I was like, fuck yeah, John Cena this one. I was like, Rey Mysterio's going to be on one of these eventually. And then while waiting for Rey Mysterio, AJ Lee came, and I was like, oh, good God.
I used to get that magazine. I had one that had a picture of Tori Wilson in a bikini.
Oh, my God.
Or it might have just been lingerie. That page... stuck.
You can't get
that page was
access.
Stuck to another page.
Oh my God.
It's somewhere in a landfill stuck.
Yeah.
Could not recycle that one.
AJ Lee is for sure on there. Next one, I Liv and Maddie was a big show for me. It's probably too old or too young for you. But Dove Cameron, gorgeous.
Don't know who that is.
Well, she's one of the Disney ladies.
I'm gonna Google her.
These are my first ones, and then this is really obscure. This
Dove?
Is Dove Cameron, Dove, and then Cameron. She was in Liv and Maddie. She was in The Descendants. She was in this movie called Cloud 9. That's right, Dove Cameron.
I see it.
Yeah,
it's the black hair.
And you know how Lindsay Lohan in Parent Trap played herself, but twins. They did this for Liv and Maddie. So Dove Cameron played both. She played herself and her sister, twins, right? The thing from that show is they were sisters by chance, friends by choice. Isn't that gay but like nice?
Like that's the most Disney Channel thing ever.
I know, but it's so sappy and I loved it, and they had good side characters. So AJ Lee, Dove Cameron, and then the third one. There's this show that was on Nickelodeon. It was an animated show. All right, it was like this was the first one, but the other two, I was like, maybe I should pick a human.
You about to hit me with a cartoon?
Yeah, maybe with the cartoon. Yeah. So there's this show called Tough Puppy.
Where is this going?
Yeah, there's like a girl. She was like taller than the Tough Puppy dog. I haven't looked this up in a long time. I said like I've
looked this up in a long time, about 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's record breaking. 14 days. It's a whole fortnight. But whatever. It seems like the white boots she would wear, like the way they draw their eye. You know how like in Disney, like you can tell if like a thing, like whatever, and a toy or like an animal is a girl by the way they make the eyeballs. They make the eyeballs sexy as fuck, right? They just always have
You're
natural.
talking about the cat?
Oh, was it a cat?
She's a dog.
Let me see.
No, she's a cat.
That's a cat.
That's a cat.
That's her. That's it.
No, okay. You know what? Honestly, I got you because I get it.
If you guys don't know what this is, look it up as well.
Because I did have a non-human crush when I was a child.
Lay it on me. Okay, she walked so my lady could run. It was Lola Bunny?
Lola Bunny ran.
Oh.
Right? Everybody else be walking.
Okay.
Lola Bunny be running.
Well, they made her curvy as fuck,
dude,
for no reason.
Dude, I have a meme on my phone somewhere where it's like this little kid looking at the TV and it's Space Jam and it's just the kid. He's like, I feel awkward. And I was like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, dude. Like you can't think about Michael Jordan without being like, oh, where the hell is that little shit at?
Where's Lola Bunny?
Yeah, where's she hiding? Oh my God, well.
And it's
good.
like,
congrats for us for confessing, but
it's like Lola Bunny, Space Jam. Like after that, like as I got older, they like desexualized her, probably for the best.
Yeah.
But in Space Jam,
that came out in
like,
the 90s, right? Like 96 maybe?
Yeah, 96, 97.
Yeah.
Because the whole story is about Jordan retiring from basketball and then he goes to play baseball.
Oh, that's what Space Jam is about?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, it's like based around his like actual career because at that time he did quit basketball.
Yeah, I knew that.
To go play baseball. So it's like it's supposed to like mirror his real life, and then the Looney Tunes get him to come play that game, and that kind of convinces him to go back to basketball.
I see.
So like
Shout out Looney
that's
Tunes.
supposed to tell the story of like why Jordan came back to basketball in like 96.
That tight ass Lola Bunny pussy.
I believe it's lore.
It's got to be, yeah.
It's a canon event.
Oh my God, we talked about canon events last episode.
Did you?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's one of your canon events?
One of my canon events would be
Well, like your marriage or having your daughter. Before that, like developmental, like before you're 18 or something.
I don't know about me. I know recently with my son playing Fortnite, like I told you,
Yeah.
he was doing some solo games by himself while I wasn't playing with him, and he died, and he's like, I hate this game. And then he would queue up for another game. I was like, this is a canon event.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, he's learning.
He's learning, yeah.
That he's about to hate everything in life.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
But for some reason have no will to stop. Oh, I hate this game. I don't want to start over. Presses the button to queue up, and he just sits there and waits.
That's
and
my boy.
I'm like, all right, get back after it.
That's right. Yeah. You should get, it doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down. It matters how many times you get back up.
Yeah.
You hate all you want. You're going to keep playing.
He'll be screaming
You're
mad.
hooked.
He's only 4. He'll be screaming
That's
mad.
crazy.
He'll be screaming mad. I hate this game. I'm gonna play again. I'm gonna play another match.
He's determined. You want to train him that way. You don't want him to quit when he's down.
Well,
Fuck no.
He can't force the bot lobbies when he plays solo.
Mm-hmm.
And like I have a way to do that. So then like he'll want to play with me.
Yeah.
So we can like win.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah. 4 years old. I think I probably had like a DS by that time, maybe. And then I used that thing for years, and then I lost it once. That was a canon event. Losing my DS. Fuck.
I had a DS.
Did you have a PSP?
I had borrowed a PSP from like one of my mom's friends.
Yeah.
Like he let me play it for a while, but then he was like struggling with money, so he pawned it. And then
damn.
if I would have known like how much he was gonna pawn it for, like how much he got from pawning it, I probably would have just bought it.
Damn, yeah. Well, I remember
or if I would have known that he was pawning it. He just said he needed it back, and then I found out like the next day he had to go pawn it because he was.
And you're like, I guess no more PSP.
Yeah,
Fuck.
I was like, because I had both the he had both the Grand Theft Autos. And
So
I
the
was
first and second one, or like was 3 out by then?
the 2 that were on PSP.
Okay, I guess that's before my time, but
It is before your time.
yeah, because I know there's like Grand Theft Auto 3 I played a bunch because they made a mobile version of it, so I had it on like an iPad or my phone, and so I still know those maps in my brain, and I would never do missions. I would just fuck around with just get how many stars I can get. We'd go on the ramps and everything.
I used to speedrun those.
Oh yeah,
three Vice City and San Andreas.
yeah. Those are the classics, I think.
Mostly Vice City. I can beat that game in 57 minutes and 38 seconds.
Whoa,
Yeah.
damn, dude.
Grand Theft Auto 3 was like an hour 45.
Because you have to like unlock the other,
Yeah.
you have to build that bridge back and.
Yeah, and then San Andreas I did like just under 7 hours, and I fucked up. I fucked up a lot.
Damn.
In that it was like, and I live streamed all this. So like obviously doing it for Vice City is easy because it's like I'm expecting it to be like an hour.
Yeah.
San Andreas, it was like the world record was at that time was like 4 hours. I was like, I'm not gonna get that.
Yeah, but you can at least compete,
I was like, I'm gonna get like 5 or 6 hours somewhere around there, but I just kept fucking up this one spot and like.
Well, you put pressure on yourself, and that's probably why.
Yeah, so it was like it just kept going, and I was like, I'm not gonna give up. So it was like 7 hours almost, and I was like, I did it before work one day because I got scheduled like this weird time of like 6 to 10. And I was like, well, today seems like a good day to try this.
Yeah.
And I, of course, started like earlier, so I had like leeway in case it went late.
Yeah.
So I did like the 7 hours, and then like I had to get ready and like half hour be at work. Well, productive day.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Make some memories. Make some fucking loot. Now, do you think the PSP? I've heard someone say that they, like, because the Nintendo Switch is so popular, or like the I think like the Steam Deck. You ever heard about those before?
Yeah.
Like the PSP was like before its time. Like not that they made it back then. Like,
Dude, the
the
PSP was crazy.
I bet it was because you just fucking you had that with you.
Because the 2 Grand Theft Auto games that were on PSP, Liberty City Stories and Vice City Stories.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a little knowledge.
No,
here.
please, yes. I need to know. I wasn't around.
They are like prequels. Like Liberty City Stories was a prequel to Grand Theft Auto 3, and Vice City Stories was a prequel to Vice City. So it wasn't PS2 level graphics, but it was like it was close.
And plus, you
'Cause
get used to it, and you get sucked into that world. It doesn't really matter at that point.
So they still had like the entire map from Grand Theft Auto 3 on a PSP.
The red light district, and
they had motorcycles too in that version.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and then Vice City, they had the whole map of Vice City on a PSP, with like jet skis and stuff, like added stuff.
Damn.
So they were still able to fit like basically 2 PS2 level games on a PSP.
That's wild.
So it was definitely like it was a crazy little handheld.
That's fantastic. And what year was this probably? Like mid 2000s?
Like 2004, 2005.
Okay, because I was at daycare with shout out Kim and Becky. They were my lesbian daycare people for like my first 8 years of my life.
Oh yeah.
Developmental. So I was like 4 or 5, and a girl named Lydia was there, and her older brother got into trouble, and he had to start going to daycare. He was 12, which at that point might as well have been 35 years old.
What was his name?
His name was Clayton.
Okay, never mind.
Okay. Clayton Piercefield.
I don't know who that is.
I saw him no more talks about wedding after this, but I saw him at a wedding like 3 years ago, and it was the first time I'd seen him in so long, and he had no idea who I was until we like had to explain it to him. He's like, "That's you guys," because he knew me and my brother. He's like, "No fucking way." And then I remember I made another not exactly a candid event, but a good memory that we have. I was using my DSi, and there was this Cars game, like Pixar's Cars, and I was running some fucking levels up, and we both hadn't seen a certain character a very important character from the Cars movies was featured in this level we had not seen, and both of us at the same time exclaimed loud as hell. We go, "Mater!" And it was because I felt like we were on the same wavelength, and he was like 8 years older than me, and I was like, "This is wild, it's so cool." Yeah, and that was like probably 2009 or 10, something like that. Before I got into kindergarten. You want to know why he had to go to daycare?
He pooped his pants.
He was watching porn. So here's the irony there, right? What kind of categories are there on porn? Like maybe some POV stuff.
Yeah,
but it's some guys have baby fetishes. So what if he was caught watching the babysitter POV porn and was like, you know what?
Yeah.
How about you smoke a whole carton of fucking babysitter porn?
Yeah.
And then
how about we get you a babysitter?
That's right. You like that? He was like, oh, okay, all right.
All right.
I'm so sorry. I guess. Oh, all right.
Then he gets sent to daycare, and he's like, "There's a bunch of kids younger than me here. Like, this isn't what I thought it was."
Fuck? He's a bunch of cool ass kids, dude.
Yeah. These kids playing DS.
Yeah. And so we spent too much time like pissed off our babysitters like how long we were on the DS. But I ran that game up. I was so good at that. I've only played a few games that I've loved in my life. Like I said, I just don't like really prioritize gaming as much. There's a lot of things that most like dudes do that I just don't partake in. But I have small little examples of it. But like that game, a lot of Wii games, classic Wii games, Grand Theft Auto 3, and like Mario Kart are like those are like my shit. And then I like card games and just like that is fucking something just flew into my car and it looks to be
fuzz.
Yeah, fuzz, but it looks like it's like synthetic cotton, like artificial. Like it's not like pollen.
It's gonna explode.
Yeah, that might be anthrax. Oh, whatever. Anyway, on the way here, actually, when I just left Trent's, we were driving back to his frat from Penn Station before we got lunch, and we were both talking post podcast, and some shit fell into his car, and I thought it was like a rock that the wheel had kicked up, and it came through and landed in the cup holder. I look in there, it's a fucking bee, fucking bee. He was like, "The fuck was that?" And it was just like,
fucking dead bee.
Yeah,
like,
dead ass bee. Yeah, I know. I was like, could that be any more fucking weird?
Dude, you said Penn Station. I just want to say, Penn Station's mid.
Well, it got the job done, and I didn't really enjoy. The fries were grungy ass fries.
Yeah, the fries they're something.
I saw when I ordered, the way they have the menu set up in there is whack because it's there.
It's that big ass board.
Yeah, and then you have to wrap around to memorize your order.
Yeah.
Because usually I look at some shit and then I just say it to them and they hear my voice. I literally walked over there and I was like, dude, I already forget. I had to go look at it again. And so I'm like, if there's a line, I would have been fucked. I would have been like, fuck. So, but then I saw the fries back there. They were in a box, and they were already cut up fries. I'm like, those do not look very good. I'm glad I didn't order any of those.
They're like soggy.
They're soggy.
They're weird.
But then Trent got free ones because he's a student, and I was like, you know what? I'll try some. Exactly what you said. Mid.
Yeah.
I've had so many better fries.
Since I moved to Terre Haute, obviously the food choices here
are expansive compared to Martinsville.
Yeah. So, like, I was like trying to try like everything.
Yeah.
Especially like a sandwich place because all we ever had was Subway.
Yeah.
And Subway is like,
you can get that anywhere though.
It's like it gets the job done, but the only reason I'm going to Subway is because one, it was in Walmart.
Yeah.
And it's the only sandwich place.
Yeah. That's true.
So Penn Station was like one of the first places I tried here, and I was like, better than Subway
for sure,
but mid.
In terms of it being like a just kind of a shop, just like you get the and you know Subway's cool because you get to customize. I really like that. Chipotle, Subway, these kind of build your own bowl type places. I like that a lot. I like to make a lot of weird shit. Like some shit you can't order.
You remember Beefcake Burgers in Martinsville?
I went there a few times because now it's Mis Amigos.
Yeah, I love that place because I thought the burgers were really good, but it was like one of those places where like it's not where this is what a cheeseburger comes with. It's like you tell them exactly like how many patties do you want.
What I don't
toppings.
think I knew that.
Yeah.
Well, because
and it has like a selection of cheeses you can choose from, and then like all the toppings, and you just tell them like I want like pickle, whatever.
Well, that place left. It didn't make it through COVID, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was before I got my license. If I was in high school and I was driving around, I'd been like, dude, I'm gonna go to Build-A-Burger.
Dude, it was fantastic.
Oh, damn. I feel like I missed out. I like Mis Amigos though.
We went there all the time, and they also had milkshakes, and it was set up the same way, where it's like you choose like your ice cream, like the flavor, and then they had like the mix-ins and toppings.
Game over,
dude. I one day was like looking at it, and I was like, I want a strawberry milkshake because I like strawberry. I was like, I'm gonna try it with Oreos in it.
Oh my god, you're a genius!
It's the best thing I've ever had.
Strawberry with Oreo.
Yeah, I used to get it all the time.
Oh my god!
And then like I'll make it at home, just a strawberry milkshake with Oreos in it. And there's this place. It's like exclusive to like the DoorDash.
Huh.
But it's part of Steak and Shake here in town.
Okay.
And it's like something about like the shake or whatever. It's like a little restaurant you can only see it on DoorDash. But it's in Steak and Shake.
Okay.
Chili's had the same thing in Martinsville where it was like called like just wings or something like that. And it was just all you get from there was like specialized wings that like you couldn't get inside Chili's.
So
they made them
basically
in Chili's.
It was like an incentive to use the DoorDash stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
So Steak and Shake's got that, and it's like a bunch of specialty shakes that you can't just order at Steak and Shake. And one of them is like actually a strawberry milkshake with Oreos in it. And I was like,
that's me. Where's my fucking royalty check, bro?
So I ordered it once because I double dashed. He had to double dash for this, by the way, to get Steak and Shake with it. I was like, it's about to be the easiest double dash someone's ever gonna get because it's the same place.
Yeah.
So I like double dashed and then got the that special shake with the Steak and Shake, and I was like, this is phenomenal. This is the greatest day of my life.
Did it hold up? Like it was.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That sounds fantastic. I love some fucking Oreos because my old band, Tinted Plates, we played a show like 3 weeks ago from now. This episode's gonna come out like in June probably, but so they do it up on Thursdays, weekly basis. But after that big ass weekend I had, I was like, I'm going to reward myself, and I was gonna buy a package of Oreos at Walmart, but then I looked down the aisle. And for much less money, you get way more Oreos without buying the brand, just the great value ones. Mm-hmm. So then I did that, and I just fucking ate the shit out of those. And I got home, and we didn't have any milk, and I was like, well, we'll take a rain check. I want to do this correctly.
You gotta have the milk.
And so I on the way back from work, I go through Paragon to get home, and I went to the Dollar General they have in Paragon, and they only had 2% or whole milk. And I'm like, you know what? We've been a 1% people for a long time.
That's crazy.
But
1%?
1%, yeah.
Whole milk.
Yeah, so I got whole milk this time. Yeah. And then I realized, oh, this is milk.
Yeah.
This is the whitest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I had that. Oh, my God. I mean, I was shitting. It looked like I drank Pepto-Bismol because of how many fucking Oreos I was eating. But I got the ones where it's a one stripe of Oreo, one stripe of vanilla, or that way where it's like it's 3 rows, The first one's regular traditional Oreo. The second one's vanilla. It
Yeah,
looks like an Oreo itself, and I just picked that in my head just now. That's crazy marketing. That's crazy. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I'm now thinking about it. Like when you were explaining it, I was like, oh, I know exactly what those are. You know, the packaging, and then you said like they're meant to look like an Oreo. I was like, oh shit.
That's it.
They are.
They might not know that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm happy you were sharing my enthusiasm.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
No, that's
Oreoception.
Yeah, because it's like the 3 rows. It's got like the purple packaging. Yeah. Now I know exactly what you're talking about.
With whole milk.
Yeah.
It's a whole Oreo.
Yeah.
Good God. Look at us.
Do you have a blender?
Yeah. My brother used to make smoothies all the time. We should
go home, get some whole milk.
Okay.
Strawberry ice cream.
All right.
And then get a good consistency with the mixture there.
Yeah.
Throw in some Oreos, blend it, drink it.
Okay. You know, I did once with the blender. I was getting crazy in there with it, and I just kept experimenting.
Is this PG?
You know what? We've been saying fucking stuff.
No, I'm talking about the story with the blender.
Oh yeah, no, the story is totally PG.
You're like, you know what I did with a blender once? I was in there getting crazy.
No, yeah. My dick has scar tissue on it. Yeah. No, I was trying to figure. I was making. I used ice cream and shit like that. I was using frozen fruit, and then I was like, what if I poured Fruit Loops in there, and just milk, and then mixed that up? And so I made this it was fresh because it was almost like the Fruit Loops weren't even dry. Like they were still dry inside the milk. They hadn't soaked it all up yet, and I just took it back. You eat a bowl of cereal traditionally by a spoon. Yeah. You sample it in. It's like this
is like those special like cups where they put you put the cereal in the cup and then the milk, and it's like you go to take a bite and it kind of just like you get milk with it.
Yeah.
And it's like one of those. You ever seen those commercials for like shit like that?
Maybe.
They're like, well, you can. It's like for people on the go to eat cereal, and then it's like filled up, and then there's like a special thing in the middle with the milk. So it never touches the cereal, but when you go to like take a drink, the milk comes out with cereal, so you get like a mouthful of cereal and milk.
That's ingenuity.
It's like you skip that part and you're like, let's just go all the way in. Let's go all in.
Basically, I was eating like chewed up, already digested cereal, and I drank it all quickly. So it basically glitched like an Enderman. It glitched into my stomach, and I had never felt weight like that in my so quickly. I felt so sick. It was like I ate a brick.
Yeah.
And Toucan Sam was like, dude, that's not how we do it. No.
Dude, you ever had jambalaya?
I've had jambalaya a few times probably. We'll check on the time and the battery life. It's 6 p.m. It's going great timing. We're over an hour and we have a little bit of battery left. But go on about jambalaya.
So I've been making jambalaya lately because it's like cheap, but it's also like really good.
Yeah.
Just get some fucking sausage, chop it up, put it in the pot.
A little bit of you make it with rice too.
Yeah, I
that
get like
traditional?
I get like the Zatarans. Like I'm not Cajun. Like I'm not.
I've been to New Orleans and you're definitely not Cajun.
Yeah, they're not.
I can understand you. I couldn't have a Cajun on the podcast.
Yeah,
that'd be fucking ridiculous.
Like a Cajun would look at this and like spit at me.
Yeah,
I mean, I understand. It's not jambalaya.
Yeah, let's not jambalaya to conclusions. It's not.
But yeah. But I like it. So here's the problem with rice. It like expands in your stomach.
Oh.
So I'll eat like 2 full bowls. 2 full bowls.
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't say that right the first time. I'm not sure.
Whatever.
Anyway.
Sorry about the water bottle, guys. I was chugging the water.
And then it hits me. And I'm like, oh God.
Are you cooking your rice all the way?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm eating 2 full bowls of rice.
I see.
Like quickly to where like by the time I start to like actually feel it, like I've already ate 2 full bowls of rice and sausage.
Yeah, that's tough.
It's at least half the pot.
Damn.
And then like my stomach is like, hey, we're running out of space. Stop it.
And you're like, it's too good.
It's too good. Dude. It's so good.
Here's the thing. It's not that we want to fill our bodies up all the time. It's that we want to keep that taste over and over again. We just want to keep tasting it. But part of the satisfaction is swallowing.
Well, also rice is like small, so when you first initially eat it, like it doesn't really feel like you're eating much.
Do you know the Mitch Hedberg joke about that? He's like, rice is really cool if you want 2,000 or something. And then I think a rice company stole that joke without giving him any rights to it.
No,
And then they killed him.
That's why he died.
That's why he died.
Like, you need a receipt for this donut? Never in my life would I think I need a receipt for a donut.
Uh-huh.
Whatever that joke is.
You know who just responded to my story? Sam Stroop. Check this. We should send her a screenshot or a selfie. I'm gonna put a "you're next" on Snapchat.
Oh my god. Definitely make a podcast with her.
She's one of the first people I ever talked to about the pod. I went to Walmart one day, like right after I quit Greeks, I think, and it was right around the time I was getting my new job, and I'm gonna have a lot more open time and everything. And I was like, and I found her there. I was like, because it was there like I was there at like 1 o'clock. And I was like, Sam should be here because you guys were 5 to 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so I was like, Sam, I have an idea, and I'd like you to be part of it. She's like, okay. Hell yeah. But that was in November. It's been a long time, so I haven't.
There was a time in like February last year, like so pretty shortly after I had moved here, I was supposed to have a dentist appointment in Martinsville, and I was like, I was going to stick with the same dentist, and then it just didn't happen. Like a storm hit like the night before.
Well, who's your dentist?
McFadden.
Okay. All right. You're good.
Why?
Well, because I had my dentist's name was Dr. Deloria, not the flux capacitor DeLorean, but Dr. Deloria, and I made a Instagram saga about him. It was a trilogy, and he fucked me over.
No, I went to McFadden. His office was it's like right next door to Hardee's.
Oh, okay.
So I was like wanting to stay there because I was like, you only go every 6 months for a clean.
Yeah, but you could see a little slice of home.
Yeah.
So
I was like,
you said February last, so
yeah,
2 Februarys ago.
Yes.
Okay.
February 2024.
Okay.
I had planned to come down for that. And I had talked with Sam about like surprising you at Greeks.
Oh my God.
We were gonna like meet up and have like Greeks that day and make sure like you worked or whatever, and we were just gonna come in and it was gonna be. That would have that would have been perfect. But I never went to that dentist because like the night before, like a storm was hitting here, so it was like we were up to like 4 a.m. because tornado warning or went off or whatever.
Right.
And then my appointment was like 10.
You're like, well, I'm not fucking doing that.
And I'd have to wake up early enough to be able to drive for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Ish.
Fucking
so
wedding time.
So like I rescheduled, and then eventually I was like, I'm not gonna commit to an appointment that's over like an hour away.
Right.
I was like, I'll find a dentist closer. Which was sad.
No, yeah. Well, I mean, not that I'm just like, hey, way to fucking tell me about the shit you didn't pull off. But that's really sweet, and I would have loved that.
Yeah.
That would have made my God, because it could have been during like a bad day, or I'm just like, motherfucker. Then I'm like, no fucking way. And like, what a crossover episode that would have been.
Because I feel like telling you now is okay, because I don't think you work at Greeks anymore.
No, I've been gone from there since December.
Yeah.
Last year.
So it wouldn't have.
No.
It can't happen now.
Plus that's like a long way for you to do that. But that's very. It was very
like
sweet.
it was we were coming to town, and like it was. I was just gonna get lunch with Sam, and I was like, we should go to Greeks.
Maybe we should close that door a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
So we can see Luke.
That's amazing, because you guys were, because I've always liked having friends who were older than me, and Sam is, I'm not gonna age drop her. She could be my parent, for sure. And you graduated high school in 2012, I think. Yeah, so you're at least 10 years older than me. So I was 16 when I met you guys. And you guys took me under your wing. It just felt very cool. I like being the underdog a lot. And the story that I would like to ask you about, and then I'll ask Sam about the next time when she does the podcast.
Okay.
We sat, in the break room was like the time I got to know you guys a lot, and we'd only have a few minutes between, to talk amongst each other, and it was when some girl spreading shit around the departments about you and Sam like being together.
Patty.
Yeah. And you and Sam got back at Patty in some elaborate, hilarious fucking way. And I'd like you to tell the story, because I don't want to screw the details up.
So Patty was
We're good. We might have to end on this, but
Okay.
we're good.
So Patty was asking people around if me and Sam were a thing.
Mm-hmm. And Sam's probably 30 years older than you. 20.
Yeah, I'm her kid's age.
Okay.
I went to
Sorry,
school.
Sam.
I
apologize.
I went to school with one of her kids.
Yeah.
So
It would have been another Brenda situation.
yeah, but no, Sam's like a second mom to me.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So Patty, old, nosy, wanting to know all the details of everything, was going around asking people, like, and we caught wind of it.
Yes.
So then Patty comes up to Sam and was just like, and asked her, and Sam was like prepared for it. And like, she just goes off on her. And she's like, no, he's like my son, like whatever.
Yeah, and you don't fuck with Sam either.
Yeah, shuts it down right there.
Yeah.
Apparently did not shut it down because Patty came up to me that same day
Oh my God.
and was like, you know how rumors are, like you and Sam. And I was like, what about, like, what's the rumor? Like, I'm playing dumb.
Yeah.
And Patty's like, you and Sam like a thing. I was like, Patty, I'm gay.
I forgot about that. Perfect.
I was like, Patty, I'm gay. And she's like, what? I was like, yeah, you know Gunner on Cap 2? She's like, yeah. And I was like, yeah.
Butt buddies.
That's my man.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh my God, I didn't know. She's like, it doesn't bother me. Like, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
And like very supportive or whatever. And with how Patty is, I was like, this is going to get back to Gunner before, like, without me telling him.
All right, we got to wrap. This is for sure. This is for sure going to be our closer. I just got the
Okay,
notification.
okay.
Yeah, you're good. So
Okay.
Patty's going.
So like 2 days later, Gunner texts me.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, so we're dating? And I was like, yes.
That's right.
I was like, yes, Patty did it. She went around. She started spreading it just like I thought she would. So then I told him the backstory. He thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
So every time we were like around each other and Patty would walk by, we would say like, all right, see you tonight, honey. Like, and whatever. And she was buying into it, right?
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Eating it
and
up.
This is like, weeks of stuff, right?
Yeah, eating it up. So then we eventually tell her that me and Gunner are going to have a baby, right?
That's right.
Sam's going to be the surrogate mother,
Oh my God.
right? And like finally that's when it broke.
Uh-huh.
Because Patty went up to Donna and told her, and Donna was like, Patty, that's not real.
Yeah. But oh my God, it's perfect. It's a perfect trifecta because like you got every equal parts, and Patty's the dumbass.
Yeah.
And she gets reprimanded for her dumb bullshit.
Yeah, she gets she's spreading these rumors.
Yeah,
that only we are telling her.
Yeah.
And like we told some other people, like, we're fucking with her.
Yeah.
And
So
everybody's like all
lean
for it.
into it, please.
But once she went to management and like stuff like that, like she was like demanding that we get fired and like that we like what we did was wrong.
Conspiracy.
And you know what the managers told her? Mind your own fucking business,
Yeah.
Patty.
Thank God. Yeah.
So
At least they do something fucking right.
Patty stopped talking to us forever after that.
Good.
Like she was fed up, but it was so funny, dude. I would like we were gonna. If it kept playing on, like Sam was gonna start wearing something to make it look like she was showing.
Sam's a fucking she play hard.
And I think we could have faked her out and had the baby in under 9 months, like sped up the process.
Uh-huh.
And then we were going to show her a Photoshop picture of me and Gunner holding a black baby.
Yeah.
Like we had the entire thing planned out. But Patty started telling managers and stuff before
fuck
that.
This Patty bitch, dude.
And the managers all shut it down. They thought it was hilarious, and they told her to mind her own business. She was like, "You wouldn't be in the situation if you didn't just go around asking, like, starting
Right,
rumors."
exactly.
And, yeah.
What a bitch.
So yeah.
Damn, that's perfect. I want to hear because I want to ask Sam about it.
Yeah.
So everyone, stay tuned for that. Sam's going to be on the podcast.
You'll probably get Sam's exact response to Patty that first time.
I would. That's good. I would love that.
I know that she just kind of like was angry about it, and then
Uh-huh.
I was playing stupid, and I was like, Patty, I'm gay.
Yeah.
I like dudes. What are you talking about?
Which explains, it's perfect because your cover is there. Sam's like, I'm her gay best friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
And I'm like just super comfortable and like always making jokes about being gay anyway.
Yeah, obviously.
Like, so I don't care. Like, Patty could go around and tell everybody I'm gay. I'm like, I don't care.
I don't give. I'm still a wife. Who gives a shit?
Yeah,
it
like,
doesn't hurt my
I
credibility
was
at
like,
all.
I'll tell Patty right now. I sucked like 4 dicks last week.
That's
Like,
right. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like,
I suck dick for breakfast.
You know Gunner? Yeah, he's Mondays.
Yeah. Monday munchies.
I was like, I'll take it as far as I need to.
Oh my God.
But yeah, that's
yeah. So that's when I was like, you guys are. I don't ever want to lose you guys as friends. This is fantastic. That was such a perfect fucking story.
Yeah.
Well, Tammy, if we would totally stretch if I had the battery left. I didn't think about this. My Mac was pretty much plugged all the way up before I left today. But an hour and a half's good.
Yeah, an hour and a half's
called good. Do you have anything you want to promote or anything that like you want people to follow on Instagram or some shit like that? Because I have stuff to plug at the end of the show.
I don't really have anything.
That's all right. You don't have to. I just wanted to ask, But I will tell you. So last night, which I'm also recording this episode on the May 17th, which is they're all gonna come. It's behind the scenes stuff. Some podcasters they try to keep under the wraps. Who gives a shit? I want to make sure everyone knows what's going on. Small company.
We gonna do a second episode down the road?
Oh, most certainly. Yeah,
Okay,
you're
okay.
up surely on the. I gotta make some rounds first.
Yeah,
You're
for
episode
sure.
11, I believe. So
Okay.
You're the early stages. There's gonna be hundreds of these over time, But no. So I did a comedy show at Greeks last night. I was hosting, and it was very cool, very cool. And we're gonna do another one September 26th, which is on a Friday. Hopefully we'll do it downstairs. I'm gonna try to have live music. I'm gonna try to get in contact with this band that I know from Fort Wayne. Try to give them some stage time and build a relationship with them and stuff. But keep an eye out for that. I'll be posting about that a lot more. But thank you guys so much for listening. Tammy, this has been good. I missed you.
It's been good. I can't wait to do it again.
I know. I'm so excited. Yeah, it's just fun stuff. Just hanging around. There's no ads or anything.
Yeah. We'll do it in the fall or something.
So yeah,
maybe on a cooler day if we're gonna do it in the car.
That's right. I like doing it in the car though. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it's fucking hot in here.
It is hot in here. Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, we'll stop out right on 126 and listen. Thank you guys. We'll hope you enjoy. This has been easily the most I've laughed on an episode. I think.
Good.
This is fantastic.
Good.
I missed you. This is so cool. All right, well, guys, we'll see you in the next one. Next Thursday. Peace. We out of here. Bye.